Now, step 5 is constructing of your crane. You have this done. You have this drawing all done. You proved to me that you used the maximum amount of materials, that you didn't overuse. Then I gave you a kit for your crane project. Now it's time to actually build. Now I'm going to go over some hints on building, but I'm not going to build one for you because that is a big part of this project, is how you construct your tower or your crane, cantilever crane, to actually hold the best. That's where you need to start problem solving a little bit more and figure out how to do it. But one of the first steps I want to show you is, remember our holes, we were given a blank base. Now the first step in starting your crane is you need to lay out where those holes go. All right? You need to lay those out to fit your crane. If you're going to have holes off, you're going to end up with a crooked crane. So you need to take this base, make sure you do the appropriate layout, then drill those holes 3/8. All right? That's the first step that I suggest that you start doing when building this crane. Now, let me explain some cutting of materials and stuff. If we take a look at this, I have a little jig for you. We have a jig, and we can use this. You put those in a vise, or you can just hold on to them. We have a little saw right here, and you can use any saw that you have at home. This saw will help you cut these through here, and the saw will automatically stop for you because of the jig that I have set for you. Now, if you notice, there's also a 45-degree angle cut on here also. So this is what you use to cut these sticks with. Now we have another, we can use this. We can cut our popsicle sticks too with this. We can cut our popsicle sticks with a saw. Or what we can do is we can take a pair of pliers, and this does work pretty good. I put a mark on my popsicle stick, put the pliers right on that mark, put my finger underneath. I'm going to grab right here because this is a section that I want. This will be scrap up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend that, and see how that breaks pretty darn clean. That's a lot easier doing it this way than it is if trying to saw them. So you can use that technique also if you choose to. So you have a saw to cut materials, or you have a pliers. Now the pliers will not cut these strips very well. All right, so I suggest you cut those with an actual saw. All right, so now that I have that done, I understand how to cut materials. All right, I understand how to cut them. Now, I have pre-cut my 8-inch pieces going up. Now, if you take a look, that 3/8 hole does not fit. This does not fit in there, but yet it does. Now, this is really, really important that you do this correctly because you cannot build this structure without a solid base, all right? Most of the failures that we have when they do this is the insufficient connection to the base. The crane just pulls right out of the base. So my suggestion to you is take the glue gun, have your 4 sticks for this part of it, have those 4 sticks cut, make sure they're even so you don't have to worry about it. Take the glue gun, put quite a bit of glue in that hole, then take the stick and just pound it in. All right, pounding it in. What it does, if you can see on this one, it kind of rounds this over a little bit, which guarantees us that we have a great connection on there. So then what I would do is I would pound in the other 4. pound in the other 4, make sure they're straight and how you want them. All right, so now we have those 4 pounded in. Now, what do we do to get the popsicle sticks on here? This is where, once again, I want you to figure it out, but I'm going to give you a little hint on this one. What we do is, I want a stick like this to get started and a stick like this to get started. So the first thing I want to do, and this will make life so much easier, is glue this stick down. All right? I'm just going to hold it for now. You glue that stick down. Make sure it's nice and solid. Then if we do this, we go underneath this, and we go over the top. That ain't gonna work, is it? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go under this one and over this one. Remember, this one's down. Look, I don't have to sit and try to hold them till they dry with glue and everything. By doing this technique, will it provide you with an opportunity to keep moving forward? Then I would take and put my next stick on and do the same technique. Now, with the jib up here, what you can do is do your 4, make your rectangle or box or triangle, whatever you have, and you do the exact same thing. All right? That's how you do that. Now, you got to figure out how you're going to attach the string and the hooks. You need to figure out how to do that. I am not going to go and show you how to do that because I want you to do that. Now, if you take a look on this one, here is a major failure as we go forward and building the crane. If you see the wire right here, my suggestion to you is use a pair of pliers to twist that wire tight. When these cranes get a lot of weight on it, this crane was done by Nick H. This crane held 106 pounds. This crane never broke. If you take a look at this one held over 140 pounds. All right? Now, this is what you got to design. So I am not going to go and show you how to put the hooks on, but my suggestion to you is make sure that wire is twisted. If I hang 140 pounds from here and I don't do an adequate job of twisting this wire together, the wire is just going to straighten right out and the weight's going to hit the floor. Remember, when that weight hits the floor, irregardless of whether your crane's broke or not, then the test is over with. So make sure that you follow through with trying to get all of that done. Now, just to kind of recap again, my suggestion to you is get these on here first. Glue one stick on, however it's going to sit on there. Then we go under, onto here, and onto here. Remember, where we glue these, the crane forces that are being applied on the crane forces will find the weak spot, all right? They will find every weak spot that's available on your crane. You won't even know it, and all of a sudden you're gonna, as we go to test it, you're gonna see your crane just come apart because the forces in the crane are designed to hold all that weight, but the weak spots will show right up and they're definitely gonna affect your outcome. So now, I did not show you how to complete a full crane as far as building it because that is what I want you to do, not me to do for you. So you need to figure out how to do that in the correct order and make sure that each component that you put on there is plenty strong. Now, you will be given tag board. Now, these are gussets that we talked about in our construction unit. What is the purpose of a gusset? If we take a look, see how the tag board right here was used as a gusset. What does that do to that joint? It just makes it 10 times stronger. So you got to make sure that you save enough materials, hot glue, this and that, and everything else to make sure that you apply those gussets where you think they're going to be fit the most. If you notice, this crane did not really use gussets. They either ran out of hot glue, or ran out of materials, or possibly just chose not to use the gussets. So if you can see right here, here's an angle cut on a popsicle stick. I understand from your original thumbnail to this point to your completed project, will things change? Absolutely. All right. And I fully expect that there will be probably quite a few changes on some of your stuff. That is okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.